Welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a tournament that is literally rewriting the history books right in front of our eyes. We're at the halfway point of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and let me tell you, the group stage, it's delivered absolute chaos, tactical masterclasses, and just unforgettable drama. If you thought you knew international football, well, 2026 just completely ripped up the script. Okay, let's dive right into this, because this number is staggering. 3,605,357. That is the total number of fans who've already attended a match. Guys, with nearly half the tournament still left to play, this World Cup has completely shattered the all-time attendance record of 3.5 million set way back at the '94 World Cup in the USA. The stadiums are packed, the atmospheres are electric, and we are witnessing the most watched sporting event in history.
Section 1. The biggest World Cup ever. And we're talking unprecedented scale here.
Spanning 16 host cities across the US, Mexico, and Canada, the sheer geographical footprint is massive. To truly wrap your head around the scale, you have to look at this format shift. For decades, we were used to 32 teams battling it out over 64 matches. Now, welcome to the 48-team era. We are looking at a mammoth 104 matches in total. It's a grueling, non-stop festival of football that demands entirely new strategies from the teams involved.
And how are the host nations handling it? They are absolutely thriving under the pressure. Mexico stormed through Group A with a perfect 9 points, 0 goals conceded, and a +6 goal difference. Unbelievable. The USA flexed their muscles by sinking Australia 2-0 in Seattle, while Canada delivered a jaw-dropping 6-0 thrashing of Qatar up in Vancouver. Combined, the co-hosts snagged 16 out of a possible 18 points in their opening rounds, and they are rapidly surging up the FIFA World Rankings as a result.
Section 2. Group Stage Drama. We've got giants, and we've got massive underdogs.
And this brilliantly illustrates that a World Cup is nothing without its heavyweights. The giants truly showed up. Brazil, Germany, and the Netherlands all finished their groups with identical, terrifying +6 goal differences. Brazil allowed just one single goal in 3 matches. The Netherlands, they poured in 10 goals. Just total visual dominance on the scoreboard.
But dominance isn't everything, is it? Because we also witnessed the ultimate upset. Picture this: Spain, the reigning Euro 2024 champions, ranked number 2 in the world, going up against Cape Verde, a nation of just over 500,000 people, ranked 67th. That is a massive 65-spot gap in the FIFA rankings. And yet, Cape Verde held the Spanish giants to a historic, scoreless draw. No way anyone saw that coming.
The absolute hero of that match was Vozinha, Cape Verde's 40-year-old veteran goalkeeper. Facing a relentless Spanish attack that held 70% possession, Vozinha stopped all 7 of Spain's shots on target. It was a legendary man-of-the-match performance that kept the second smallest country in the tournament alive, eventually helping them advance to the knockouts.
And the upsets definitely didn't stop there. Over in New Jersey, we saw an absolute thriller. Germany, the 4-time world champions, took an early lead in the second minute against Ecuador. But Ecuador didn't fold. Angulo equalized in the 9th minute, and then Gonzalo Plata became a national hero, netting the winner in the 77th minute to seal a stunning 2-1 comeback victory, a monumental result securing Ecuador a massive spot in the round of 32.
Moving on to Section 3, Stars and Disappointments. Let's look at the individual group stage results.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the player behind the number, 5. That is the number of goals Lionel Messi has already scored in this tournament, placing him firmly at the top of the Golden Boot race. Even in the twilight of his career, the man is absolutely lethal on the world's biggest stage.
But, for every star, there's a heartbreak. The 2022 hosts, Qatar, crashed out at the bottom of Group B with just one single point after a 3-1 defeat to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Czechia, who were highly favored to advance, got eliminated by Mexico. And Curaçao, the smallest nation to qualify, saw their fairy tale end after conceding 9 goals across their matches, becoming the 8th team officially knocked out.
Section 4. By the numbers. Time to dig into the group stage stats.
Let's pick up the pace a bit, because the data coming out of these groups is absolutely wild. Attackers are running rampant right now. Across 66 matches played so far, we've seen an incredible 196 goals scored. That's an average of 2.97 goals per match. Fans are getting exactly what they paid for: high-octane, explosive, offensive football.
But all those goals mean nothing if you don't understand the math behind the standings. For the first time in World Cup history, FIFA changed the primary tiebreaker. If teams are level on points, it no longer goes straight to overall goal difference. Nope, it goes to head-to-head records. This completely altered the group stage mathematics, forcing teams to play for a win against direct rivals rather than just running up the score against weaker opponents.
So the crucial point is how this expanded format fundamentally changes the tactics on the pitch. To win this World Cup, a team must survive 7 matches. Combine that with the brutal summer heat across North America and high-intensity 90-minute pressing, it's practically a death sentence. Coaches have been forced into a brutal tactical shift. Energy management and heavy squad rotation are no longer just options. They are the core strategies required to survive the group stage.
Section 5. The knockout picture. Zero margin for error from here on out.
Because surviving the group stage means nothing now. The newly introduced round of 32 has served up some absolute blockbuster fixtures. We're going to see a highly motivated Germany take on a gritty Paraguay, a technically gifted Japan looking to shock a dominant Brazil, and a massive clash of styles as the high-scoring Netherlands face off against the defensive resilience of Morocco. It is sudden death football at its finest.
Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, because this right here is the gauntlet. From the round of 32 kicking off on June 28th, teams will have practically no rest. The round of 16 hits on July 4th, quarterfinals on July 9th, semis on the 14th, all culminating in the final on July 19th at MetLife Stadium. It is a sprint to the finish line, where stamina will be just as important as skill.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. If a group stage filled with 65-spot ranking upsets, historic attendance records, and a near 3-goal average has been this incredible, imagine what awaits us in the knockout rounds. The stakes have never been higher, the path has never been longer, and the glory has never been brighter. Make sure you follow this Explainer series because you are not going to want to miss a second of how this historic bracket unfolds. I'll see you for the round of 32.